For thousands of years, winemakers have been perfecting their art in vineyards like this one. And now I'm going to share with you the joys of making your own wine. In just a few minutes, I'll show you how quick, easy, and fun it is to make wines that taste every bit as good as wines you buy in a store, using the same superior quality grapes that famous winemakers use at vineyards, just like this. So, you're probably wondering what I'm doing here in a premier wine cellar when I'm talking about wine you make yourself. Well, I'm here because all of R.J. Spagnol's grapes, ingredients, and processes are of the same premium quality as those you'd find here. Except when you make the wine yourself, it only costs a fraction of the price of a store-bought wine. And it's a lot more fun. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you'll need is a wine kit. This one's for a rich, full-bodied Australian Shiraz, but it could be for a Chardonnay, a Cabernet Sauvignon, whichever wine you like, because all of the wines you can buy in a store, you can make yourself. Your wine kit comes with all of the ingredients you need to make the wine of which you can be proud, the same ingredients wineries use. First and most important is the grape juice. You get a bag that contains 100% juice and/or concentrate. In addition to premium juices, you'll also get the other ingredients for making fine wines. Yeast for fermenting, sulfite, and sorbate for preserving your wine, and other ingredients that stabilize and keep your wine clear. It may sound complicated, but the instructions make it very simple. If you decide to make your wine at home, you will need to make a small investment in an equipment starter kit, which you can use every time you make wine. There is a large container to ferment your wine in. It's called a primary fermenter. You also get a carboy, which comes in either glass or plastic with an airlock for the top. It's used for holding your wine in after it's fermented. There are hoses that are used when transferring the wine from one container to another, a long-handled spoon, a hydrometer for testing the wine, plus cleaner and sanitizer for your equipment. Okay, let's start making wine. Now it's very important to be sure you sanitize and rinse every piece of equipment each time you use it. After that, you simply pour the grape juice and water into the fermenter. This will make 23 liters or 30 bottles of wine. If your kit comes with oak chips, dried flowers or fruit, or grape skins, wet or dry, this is the time to add them. These are all meant to enhance the flavor and bouquet of your wine. Lastly, you add the yeast and put on the lid and allow the wine to sit and ferment. The instructions will tell you how long. 6 to 8 days later, it's time to rack or transfer the wine from the fermenter to the carboy. You would also take the airlock and bung, that's the closure for the carboy, and fill it halfway with water. Then put the airlock in the top of the carboy and leave the wine to finish fermenting. 2 weeks later and the wine's finished fermenting. Here we transfer the wine again, adding the ingredients to preserve it and to make it crystal clear. Then back in the carboy for another couple of weeks. At this point, you have finished making your beautiful wine, and now it's ready to be bottled, corked, and labeled. You know, I love designing my own labels, especially if the wine's for a special occasion, like a wedding or an anniversary. It adds a personal touch and makes the wine distinctly yours. And that's it. In just 4 to 8 weeks, you've made a wine to be proud of. And take it from me, you will be proud, because it will look, smell, and taste as good as wines costing a great deal more in the store. And you made it. How satisfying is that? So there you have it. And now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Delicious wine that you've made yourself, and the well-deserved praise of family and friends. Cheers!